tsunamis strike with little warning. One moment, the ocean is calm. The next, entire cities are submerged. Across the Pacific Ring of Fire and beyond, millions live in tsunami-prone zones, yet few truly understand what to do when the waves come. This video is your ultimate guide to tsunami preparedness. The life-saving knowledge that could mean the difference between survival and disaster. Tsunami preparedness, what you need to know. A tsunami is not just one wave. It's a series of waves triggered by a sudden displacement of water, usually caused by undersea earthquakes. These waves travel across the ocean at jetliner speeds, up to 500 miles per hour, and can strike coastlines hours after the initial seismic event. Unlike regular waves, tsunamis don't break gently on the shore. They rise, surge inland, and sweep away everything in their path. Tsunamis can be caused by a variety of geological events: underwater earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, landslides, or even meteorite impacts. When tectonic plates shift violently, massive amounts of water are displaced, sending shockwaves across the sea. Often, the first sign of a tsunami is not a wave. It's a sudden and unusual retreat of the ocean from the shore. In places like Japan, Indonesia, and Chile, this terrifying phenomenon has struck repeatedly, with devastating consequences. Tsunamis are one of the deadliest natural disasters not just because of their force, but because they give people so little time to react. The key to surviving a tsunami often lies in recognizing the warning signs, both natural and man-made. If you feel a strong earthquake near the coast, it could be a tsunami trigger. Always assume the worst and evacuate immediately. Another red flag? The ocean suddenly pulls back, revealing reefs or seafloor that are never normally visible. You may also hear a loud roaring sound like a freight train or airplane coming from the ocean. That's the tsunami approaching. Fortunately, there are advanced tsunami detection systems in place today, particularly across the Pacific. These systems use deep-sea sensors to detect abnormal sea level changes and relay data to satellites and coastal warning centers. When a tsunami is confirmed, alert messages are sent out through mobile networks, sirens, radio, television, and digital signage. In Japan, Chile, and the US, coastal cities have siren towers that blare alarms when evacuation is necessary. But don't rely only on official alerts. If you're near the coast and feel an earthquake, evacuate uphill or inland, don't wait. Every second counts. These warnings can come just minutes or even seconds before the first wave strikes. Preparedness starts long before any warning sirens go off. If you live in or visit a tsunami-prone area, planning ahead is crucial. First, know whether you live in a tsunami evacuation zone. These are usually marked on local maps and signs near coastlines. Have an evacuation plan. Know your route to high ground or inland safety zones, and practice it regularly with your family. Experts recommend moving at least 100 feet above sea level or 2 miles inland if a tsunami warning is issued. Prepare an emergency kit with food, water, flashlight, first aid, cash, important documents, and a battery-powered radio. If you're at the beach and the water suddenly retreats or you feel an earthquake, don't wait for confirmation. Evacuate immediately. Make sure your phone has emergency alerts enabled, and consider downloading tsunami alert apps if available in your region. If you have children, the elderly, or people with disabilities in your home, make sure your plan accounts for their mobility needs. Preparedness isn't paranoia. It's a life-saving responsibility. Even a few minutes of planning can drastically improve your chances of survival. When a tsunami is imminent, seconds matter. The moment you receive an alert or feel a quake, move fast. Don't wait to gather belongings. Leave everything behind and head to higher ground without hesitation. If you're indoors, quickly exit and follow your evacuation route. If you're already near a hill or stairs, climb. Avoid bridges or roads that run along the shoreline. They may collapse or get swept away. Never try to watch the waves or record them. Tsunamis travel faster than you can run. If you're caught in a vehicle and traffic is stalled, abandon the car and run uphill. If there's no high ground nearby, go to the top floor of a sturdy building. Roofs can sometimes offer temporary refuge. Keep listening to official updates via radio or emergency apps, and don't return home until you're told it's safe. Tsunamis often arrive in multiple waves, and the first is not always the biggest. Many people die because they return too soon. If you're swept up in the water, try to grab onto floating debris and stay calm. Avoid fighting the current. Survival during a tsunami is all about the quick decisions, situational awareness, and acting without delay. The danger doesn't end when the waves stop. The aftermath of a tsunami can be just as deadly. Once you're safe on high ground or in a shelter, stay there until officials declare it's safe to return. Downed power lines, broken gas pipes, and contaminated floodwater pose serious risks. Avoid walking or driving through flooded areas. Just 6 inches of water can knock you off your feet. If your home has been damaged, don't re-enter until it's inspected for structural safety. Use caution when cleaning up debris. Wear gloves, boots, and a mask to protect from cuts, infections, and mold. Report downed power lines and gas leaks immediately. Don't use open flames or turn on appliances if you suspect a leak. Check in with local authorities and register with disaster response agencies so your loved ones know you're safe. If phone networks are down, try sending text messages or checking social media for emergency communication updates. Your mental health matters just as much as your physical safety. Recovery is not just rebuilding homes, it's rebuilding lives. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was one of the deadliest in history, killing over 230,000 people across 14 countries. But even amidst the devastation, stories of survival emerged. Tilly insisted her family and nearby tourists evacuate the beach, just minutes before the first wave struck. Her quick thinking became a global reminder that education and awareness can save lives. In Japan's 2011 tsunami, many communities survived because of drills, seawalls, and preparedness training. Some schools in the Tohoku region were destroyed, while others survived because staff immediately evacuated students to nearby hills. The difference between survival and tragedy was often just a matter of seconds. In Chile, after the 2010 quake, a coastal town evacuated before the tsunami hit, guided by local leaders who had memorized warning signs. Preparedness isn't just for governments. It's personal. A single decision can save hundreds of lives. We don't get to choose when the next tsunami will come, but we can choose to be ready. Stay alert, stay prepared, and never underestimate the power of knowledge.